but I will discuss about how we can resolve it. Now, so far, we used to file Chapter 7 to get rid of all the credit card debts. Every 7 years, you have the right. However, George Bush has just signed a bill, which basically it's going to eliminate anyone to file a bankruptcy against credit cards. It's been passed already. It's not in functioning yet, but it's passed already. And it's really weird because bankruptcy is for corporation, but then you will understand that you are a corporation. All your capital letters is corporation. So they're going to restrict the American people to file bankruptcies on their debts, which is the main reason why people, they can make a living in this country. 95%, they're based on credit cards. If you go back to other cultures, a company wouldn't go bankrupt if for the next 30 years the business is down. Why? Because everything was done, the basis was done by paying it, not credit. In this country, you will hear that a company with 650 stores, they will go bankrupt if 3 months the quota went 20 or 30% down. Why? Because the whole system is credit. So what I'm saying is the credit card is a main issue that everyone faces. Well, it's very easy to resolve this problem. It's a few techniques that you need to learn. We have 3 books and a CD with all the forms that you need. It's not a big deal. All you have to do is just follow the instructions. Just to let you know what is covering the background for the elimination of the credit card without filing a bankruptcy, what it's coming from. The banks, they cannot loan money. The banks cannot loan money, and they don't have any money to lend you. The banks will lend you credit. Credit is belief. It's not money. It doesn't cost the bank to give you $5,000 worth of credit. You know why? Because the $5,000 credit was created by your signature when you applied for the $5,000. In this country, as of 1933, all the money is created by you, by your signatures. As soon as you put your signature on a document, money is created. This is banking regulations, by the way, as of 33. 33 was a bankruptcy for the U.S. corporation. So we don't have any money in the system. All we have is credit. And the credit is created by your signature. Every time you apply for a home loan, you go to the bank, they ask you to sign a promissory note before even giving you anything. You sign the promissory note. Guess what? Now the bank has a receivable that you signed for $300,000 that they can take that acceptance, bank acceptance they call it. They can forge your signature in the back of that promissory note, open a bank account in your name, deposit, receivables becomes cash for them, by the way, and issue a credit and give it back to you. So basically, you are creating the money and they're giving it back to you, and now they put a financing statement, which a UCC filing against your property. What it costs the bank if you don't pay them? Nothing. As long as it didn't cost them anything, they're not entitled to get anything. So just follow the instructions and you will see it's so simple. It just, you have to get used to the way that you were dealing with the banks. It's a little bit different than how you have to deal with the banks. And I can guarantee you, we have 100% success. We've been doing this for years now. There is probably less than 1% that goes to the court because of the fact that the amount on one card is like over $10,000. But we have no loss even in the courts. So it's 100% guaranteed on unsecured credit cards, Visa and MasterCard. You don't have to do bankruptcy. Don't worry about the new regulations. Just you get the book once, and afterwards, just use it forever. Now, the second thing, of course, that people, they face, which is the credit report. Credit report, for the first time, believe it or not, we have good attorneys that basically they will go after all the reporting agencies for a minimum fee, and they will clean everything on your credit report. I don't care if it's an IRS lien, levies, franchise tax board, judgments, whatever it is. They'll just clean it in a matter of 3 months. And this is basically done because credit reporting agencies, they've got over 200 regulations they have to follow before putting your name on the credit report for the public, which they don't do it. If you try to do it, you're not going to succeed. However, if an attorney does it with over 10 years of experience, they will basically take it away because of so many reasons. However, we are getting short in time, so I'm going to just move forward. For those who doesn't have any credit, they would like to establish credit. Still, we have attorneys that they will put like $80,000 worth of credit on your reports. It goes back 3 years, showing that you were granted up to $80,000 credit. You made your payments for 3 years in time, and today you have $80,000 worth of credit available. So your scoring probably will be high. The reason why I'm doing this thing, somebody's going to say, this is unethical. You get rid of the credit cards, then you want to clean your reporting agencies, now you want to put more credit, and now you start all over again. Guess what? It's a game. They started it, we continue it. That's all. Money judgments. Money judgments, just following. We've got 15 minutes left? Oh, we've got 1 hour left. Good. Money judgments. Money judgments, it's a little bit difficult to explain. I'm going to have to talk about half an hour just on that subject to show you why we don't have any money today to pay for anything. So if there is no money, you cannot pay it. So if you have a money judgment, we have a package. Just send it to the judge, and that should take care of it. But only for money judgments. Now, I guess we covered all those. Okay, there are two main things that it remains, so it's good that we have 1 hour left. I'm pretty sure some of you heard about the UCC process, the redemption process. We're the publisher of the book, Cracking the Code, Redemption in Law. We did finance, I'm not the author, by the way, I'm just a publisher. However, I'm extremely familiar with what it's in that book. BBC OA, that's the company name, finances, as I said, some of the authors so that we can bring all this knowledge. However, we do not publish anything that we don't test it, we don't have the proof of the pudding, we don't experience personally. We do not. So anything that you get from us, it will be based on results, not theories. Even though it says cracking the code, theory and practice, that's for educational purposes. However, just to give you an idea about the redemption process, according to the Treasury Department of the United States, there is over 11 million filings in the last 2 years. The national debt, of course, when a country borrows money, its own money, you cannot pay off the national debt. I don't care what they say in the Congress. I don't care what they advertise. We're paying the national debt with $1 trillion. There is a reason for that. However, mathematically, it's impossible. If a country borrows $100 and after 1 year they have to pay $105 because the interest was created, and there is only $100 in circulation, how are you going to pay it? You're going to have to borrow more. And just imagine billions and trillions of dollars that the U.S. government borrows from the Federal Reserve, and the interest starts accumulating and accumulating. So there is no way to pay off the national debt. However, there was a clock, a big clock, I think it was a 6-foot clock, in New York, one of the buildings, I forgot the name, and it used to have about probably 8 to 9 dials. And it shows how much debt we're incurring as Americans. And the last 3 cylinders was moving so fast you cannot even see it on a daily basis. Last year, I think it was December, that clock starts slowing down. Now you can see the 3rd dial and the 2nd cylinder and the 1st. And then suddenly start going backwards. And since it starts going backwards and starts accelerating, they thought that that's bad news. So they removed the whole clock. They don't want you to see that the national debt is going down. They want to advertise anything that has to do with bad news. Anything with good news, they don't want you to see it. So they took the whole clock out. Now, it's a coincidence because nothing changed in the monetary system. However, redemption is a process that since you created the money to start with, or the government is creating money out of your name, when you accept any charges for value, you can send it to the Department of the Treasury so that it will be discharged. The first thing that you accept is your birth certificate, which it's $1 million value. You accept it for $1 million. You take it from the public side to your private side, and then you file it in with the Secretary of the State as your own asset, and then you make a bill of exchange and send it to the Department of the Treasury. By the way, the Department of the Treasury has nothing to do with the United States Treasury. The Department of the Treasury is an escrow company between United States government and the Federal Reserve System.